Chaitanya. Welcome to Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. And today in this particular video, we are going to study the reproductive health chapter in a very easy and summarized way because I have got you the mind maps of the reproductive health chapter. So let's get started with this. In this particular chapter, what we are going to study about is, first of all, the definition. So definition is what? Reproductive health was introduced, or this concept came into the picture because our population was increasing day by day. And there were a lot of reproductive health problems happening because people were not aware. And this is the reason that certain slogans were actually introduced and family planning programs were introduced in order to aware the people that how much important it is to do the family planning and also to take care of your sexual health, right? And then we're going to talk about the amniocentesis, birth control methods, assisted reproductive technologies, medical terminated pregnancies, and sexually transmitted diseases. Alright? So first of all, let's begin with amniocentesis. When we talk about amniocentesis, it's currently banned in India just for the sex determination, right? Because amniocentesis is basically a process where the embryo is actually filled in an amnion and the fluid is taken out from that so that it was majorly done so that we can do the genetic testing. We can know that if the child is suffering from any kind of genetic disease, but you can also know the sex of the child from that, and people misused that only, right? It was used for sex determination, and as soon as they know कि female child hai, female feticide started happening, and this was the reason that amniocentesis got banned in India, especially for the sex determination. Alright, moving ahead, let's talk about the assisted reproductive technologies. ये कब आती हैं actually? ये तब आती है when the people are dealing with infertility problems, right? Infertility problems के साथ deal करने का मतलब ये है that the fertilization is not happening, they are not able to conceive a baby, and that is why हमारे पास बहुत सारी ऐसी technologies हैं जिससे fertilization will be possible in vitro, that is inside the laboratory. Okay, let's talk about that. First of all is artificial insemination, which is AI. So artificial insemination happens inside the laboratory when the sperm is injected into the ovum, because that was the main problem, that fertilization was not happening because of low sperm count or because of less insemination capabilities, right? So, in artificial insemination, the sperm is injected directly into the ovum and then it is placed back in the female's reproductive tract, okay? Another thing we have is GIFT, that is gamete intrafallopian transfer. That is that a gamete is formed and it is formed inside the laboratory when the fertilization is done and the gamete formation is done, and then it is transferred to the fallopian tube. So, when we talk about that, it is transferred into the fallopian tube, which means that it will be up to 8 blastomeres. The gamete formation that is happening, it will be up to 8 blastomeres. Alright. Then we have IUT, that is intrauterine transfer. So here, when the gamete is formed, it can be more than 8 blastomeres. That is why that is transferred directly into the uterus of the female, where the further development or further growth of the gamete takes place. Right. Then we have ZIF, that is zygote intrafallopian transfer. Again, the zygote is being formed over here, that is inside the laboratory, and it is being transferred into the fallopian tube so that the further development and growth of the baby takes place inside the female body. Alright, then we also have ICSI, which basically is that the fertilization, or you can say that the insemination is done inside the laboratory because the fertilization was not able to take place inside the female body because of various certain situations, and that is why the fertilization is done inside the laboratory. Alright, so these are the various methods when we talk about assisted reproductive technologies. Now let's talk about sexually transmitted diseases. Sexually transmitted diseases includes hepatitis B, herpes, HIV, gonorrhea, and syphilis, among which HIV and hepatitis B are two diseases that can also happen through blood transfusion, but others are purely sexually transmitted diseases. This takes place when the sexual intercourse is not protected, when you have multiple sexual partners, right, and when you are not using any barrier methods during your sexual intercourse, right? So, when I talk about the common symptoms over here, usually the common symptom starts from itching, infection in the reproductive tract, fluid discharge, at times bleeding, and also red patches. All right. In females, mostly it is asymptomatic, and that is why it takes longer to detect certain diseases. That is why it is always told to not have multiple sexual partners, and whenever sexual intercourse is being done, you should always use barrier methods. It should not be unprotected. All right. Moving ahead. Now let's talk about the medical terminated pregnancy, which is also known as, we also call it as abortion. So, if I talk about the barrier method, so there are also natural methods. Okay, in natural methods, we have the period abstinence, where you can track the menstrual cycle of the female so that you know that when she is not ovulating, and at that time if the sexual intercourse is happening, so at that time there are less chances of conceiving a baby, correct? Other than that, in natural methods, it is also the coitus interruptus, which means that before the ejaculation, if the penis is being pulled out of the female body, that is also one of the natural methods concerned. Also, there is lactation. Okay, so during the time of lactation, when the mother has already given birth to a baby and she's feeding a child, so just after the birth, during the time she's lactating, which is around 6 months, at that time also there are very less chances that she can conceive the baby again. So these are the natural methods. Other than that, if I talk about the barrier methods, we have condoms for males, femidoms for female, cervical cups for the females. Also, there is a spermicidal cream coming, right? They are being used along with the cervical cups by the females so that the sperms cannot enter the reproductive tract. When I talk about the oral contraception, mostly the oral pills consist of two hormones, that is progesterone and estrogen, and one of the major oral contraception is Sahelli. Okay, and if I talk about the name, the chemical name, it's the centromin, but it was majorly famous by the name Sahelli, that is to be taken once in a week, and it also consists of both the hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone. Mostly the oral pills are taken by the females only, right? Then we have intrauterine devices. One of the major examples is copper T over here. Intrauterine devices are the devices which have a very good result, but this is also, it's also reversible. Most of the methods are reversible. Intrauterine devices are also reversible, but after a particular period of time. The only method in the contraception which is not reversible are the surgical methods, right? It is vasectomy and tubectomy. Vasectomy is done for the males, where the vas deferens is being cut and tied. Tubectomy is done for the females, where the fallopian tube is being cut and tied. Surgical methods are the only contraceptive methods which are not reversible. Once the surgical method is done, then you won't be able to conceive a baby again. Alright. Now, these are basically the birth control methods, all these. And now if I talk about the medical terminated pregnancy, which is abortion, that is also known as the abortion over here. Right? So it was ultimately done to avoid pregnancies, unwanted pregnancy and health related issues, but the misuse is that it can be performed illegally also. So if you are above 18 and up to 12 weeks or up to 10 weeks, if this is happening by the consideration of the doctor, it's not illegal, right? But abortion is not, suggested as an alternative for contraception, but it is suggested only when there is harm to the female body or to the baby, or this is unwanted pregnancy. All right. So these are all the things in the chapter reproductive health. I hope that this video was helpful for all of you, because this was the summarized mind map for the chapter reproductive health. Also, we have amazing thing planned out, which is a free mock test for all of you, as we know that NEET examination is right around the corner. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to go to the description. There's a link given over here. You have to click on the link. You have to choose the NEET option, and that link will take you to a free mock test. So do get the free mock test so that you can analyze your performance and you can improve yourself with that. All right. Thank you so much, and I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, do like the video, do share it with other friends of yours, and do comment down below if you want me to come up with more mind maps of such different chapters. Thank you.